Hey guys, welcome back to Eternally Stunning. I hope you all are doing good. So, we all have been hearing a lot about this generation, that generation, and this generation do this, and that generation do it this way. So, I was thinking, what could be the reason behind so much of change from each generation to other generation? The characteristics and the thinking process from each generation to other generation is totally different. So, here are my opinions from the astrological point of view. So to start with, we all know about the planet Pluto. So Pluto is a planet which is farthest from the sun, and it takes years to revolve around the sun, and it stays in each sign for around 11 to 20 years. Basically, it stays for several years and months. And what does Pluto deal with? Pluto represents obsession. Pluto represents transformation, regeneration. It represents spirituality. It represents most of the hidden things that cannot be seen. It represents sex. It represents death. It represents diseases. It also represents death. While researching about it, I came across like really interesting things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So to start with, we'll be starting with baby boomers. Now, baby boomers is a generation that is born in between 1955 to 1970. And during this time, Pluto was in the sign of Virgo. It was the time when Pluto was like in between the Virgo sign. And what does Virgo sign represents? Virgo represents routine. Virgo represents timetable, following routine. It represents health. It represents taking care of ourselves. So we can see that baby boomers have a thirst about their work, about self-care routine, about their timetable. Like you can see, like when I remember my father, like around his mid 20s or 30s, or when he was in his adulthood, I represent him like following the timetable strictly. He'll strictly go around 8:30 and come back around 8:30 in the night. So I feel like they used to really work on timetable, and they had an obsession with timetable and following routines, like this should be done in that way and it should be done in this way. And I also feel like they are a lot into taking care of themselves. They are physically actually stronger than the other generations also. And they are a lot into like walking early morning walks, or maybe doing yoga, or eating healthy stuff, and like staying away from junk stuff. This is the characteristics of Virgo, and when Pluto is in there, Pluto represents obsession. So when Pluto in the sign of Virgo, it represents obsession with timetable, following routine, with exercises, with self-care, and all of these things. I also feel like Virgo energy is sort of like criticizing energy. Virgos, you'll see like they are, most of the time they are slightly critical towards others, or also about themselves. They also have the self-criticizing kind of energy. And you'll find them baby boomers are like little bit sort of like criticizers. Like you might see them like saying that, oh, this generation don't do this. We used to do this. We were like this. We used to do it. So and doing certain things in this way, like you should do it in this way. This is the right way to do. This is how it should be done. So we can see a lot of like baby boomers, our parents, sort of like have this kind of uh, energy or kind of like theme around them. The other thing with them is like self-improvement. So I think like they always work towards their own improvement, and also the improvement of their family or their community in general. They also have like sort of competitive energy. So they feel like, okay, they should do this, they should do that. So these are the characteristics of Pluto and Virgo people, that is baby boomers. Before baby boomers, or before Pluto and Virgo, Pluto was in the sign of Leo. And when it was in the sign of Leo, you can see like before like 1950, around 1940s or something, there were like lots of wars in the hunger of power. From astrological point of view, this is one of the point which shows that when Pluto was a Leo, there were like lots of wars going on only for power. So I didn't really study a lot about that generation or about that part, but I did researched more from baby boomers till this generation. Coming on to Gen X. So Gen X are the people that are born in between 19. They are born in between 1971 to 1983, when Pluto was in the sign of Libra. What does Libra represent? Libra represents partnerships. Libra represents relationships. Libra represents collaboration. Libra represents work-life balance, balancing things. It represents social, like Libra energies of social energy. It's like autonomy and social energy. So during this time, during the Gen X time when Pluto was in Libra, I feel like they were obsessed about relationships, relationship status. Also, while researching about relationships and status, like they were in extreme. Like they either were like too much into relationships, or I've seen like divorces. A lot of divorces happen for Gen X. I was in fact when researching about this, I found like in US maximum divorces happen in around 1980s when Pluto was in Libra. That is during the Gen X generation. And they were also sort of like obsessed about gaining power through love or gaining power through marriage or through relationships and all of this. And it is highly social energy. So I feel like Gen X were like really into work with collaboration or in teamwork or working with a communities. And I also feel like they are a lot more digitally connected also, since Librans are not afraid to try new things. While in case of baby boomers, they like, you might have seen like your parents or people born around that age, social media and all of this. But with Librans, like Pluto and Librans, that is Gen X, they are sort of like friendly towards them, and they grew up around the technology when it was beginning. So they are also like little open towards trying new things. That is what I'll say. But overall, I feel like they had an obsession about relationships a lot, and lots of like early marriages or lots of divorces or all such things were seen during that time. Coming on to the third one, that is Millennials. Millennials are the generation of people born in between 1983 to 1994. So Pluto was in the home sign of Scorpio. Vedic astrology doesn't consider really Pluto here, but in modern astrology or in Western astrology, Pluto is given a lot of significance. And here it is considered that Pluto is a ruler. Pluto rules Scorpio sign. So during this time, during the age of Millennials, Pluto was in its home sign. So what really does Scorpio represents? Scorpio represents passion. It represents hidden energy. It represents depth. It represents death. It represents sex. All the hidden kind of things can be seen in Scorpio. And this is a generation of Millennials. So these are the people who have like lots of emotional intensity, and also we can see a lot of people like spiritually regenerating of this time. So we can like see that these people talk a lot about spiritual things. And I also feel like these people have seen like lots of depth, like not particularly you, I mean to say, but these people might have seen like lots of depth. They may have taken some loans, or maybe their parents have taken a loan, so maybe like for study. So millennials in US, we can see like they have taken a lot of loans. So that is also one of the theme that is there with Pluto or with the Scorpio. Really also are into the transformation socially or economically. Lots of like really quick adaptive energy around millennials. Like you can see like they're okay to work at any point of time. Like I mean, they are okay to work at nights. They are okay to work at morning. So they are not really like schedule bind as that of baby boomers. I also feel like they are really adaptive. If they have to move from one place to another, they are quite open to it and quite adaptive to travel and to move out to some other place and to work there. And obsession with sex. These people are like, we people are sort of like secretive. Millennials don't usually open up their plans if they have some plans to do some business or maybe do something about their life. They are not really that open, or they are sort of like secretive about what their plans are for their startup or what their plans are with their life. Passionate, like really lots of passion. If they are into something, they are into it. and lots of like quick energy around millennials. Like today, okay, I'm doing this. I want to earn money quickly. I want to do this quickly. I'm in this relationship, and tomorrow I'm in that relationship. So like really quick movements and quickness can be seen in millennials. And okay, our frequency is matching. Okay, let's have sex. So this is sort of like energy which is there with millennials or with Pluto and Scorpio. We can see obsession with technology also. Like as soon as we get up, we just look at our phones, we check our emails. So that is what the energy of Pluto and Scorpio is. And the overall theme with the millennials is like work hard, play hard. So they are like really, they are emotional, and from other side they are also really strong. They are highly adaptive. They are highly responsive to change. They are completely okay with transformations. They also have one-sided spiritual regeneration. So this is all the theme of Pluto and Scorpio, and that is of millennials. Okay, Gen Z. So Gen Z is a generation from 1995 to 2008. During these 13 years, Pluto was in the sign of Sagittarius. So what is the Sagittarius energy about? Sagittarius is optimism. Sagittarius is adventure. Sagittarius is being a guru, a learner, because it is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is like guru. So the energy of guru and adventure, and like not being into one box, but being there, being out there, working on different things, trying new things. So all this is the energy of Sagittarius. And when Pluto is placed here, so you'll see like this generation is obsessed with traveling. This generation is obsessed with adventure. This generation doesn't believe in living in like one place or being like there in one house. Like I feel like they or in one town or city. They want to move around. They want to experience new things. I feel like over the materialism or anything else, they are more about the experiences, gaining experiences, and that is what the entire Sagittarius energy is about. They are also a lot towards a sense of freedom. They don't want to be in. They don't want to be said that okay, you should do this. They don't want to follow this pattern. They want to do it as per their own, and it's not at all a conservative energy. And highly like social and collaborative energy is there with Sagittarius. And also they believe in like working together, and they also believe in bringing different religions together and holding them all together. And they also have like jumping from one project to another, or jumping today they are there and tomorrow they'll be there. So it's lots of like jumping energy, which is not really a very good thing with them, but that is what Sagittarius energy is. And they are like really advanced. They, as I said, that they don't like to be in a box, or they don't want to be said what to do. So this is more of like independent energy. They don't want to be dependent on their parents. Also they are quick. Like most of them have actually started like earning from like right from the early age. So it's like highly independent and highly out there kind of energy with Sagittarians. And Pluto in Sagittarius generation, that is of Gen Z. Coming on to Gen Alpha, children of millennials. So this is the generation that is born in between 2009 to 2024. So of course now we may not be able to say the traits of this generation, but what I feel is during this time Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is about authority. Capricorn is about government. Capricorn is about societal structure. Capricorn is about like boss or work. So I feel like these people will be like highly obsessed with their work. They will be highly obsessed with government and government reformations or government transformations, or like when they'll be in their mid 20s or 30s, something like that. I feel like they will really do something with the societal structure. I feel like there will be a lot of like transformation of social values, and of course about the authority, because I don't think they really like to say what to do. They don't like anyone else to be the authority. They themselves like to be the authority, and that is what the Capricorn and Pluto energy is. And I also feel like there might be a lot of clash about the authoritative power um, when they will be in around their 30s. So could be a possibility. So this was about Gen Alpha. And further, after this, after Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto will be in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about community. Aquarius is the trendsetter energy. Aquarius is the independent or the rebellious energy. So it will be so much fun, I believe, to see this generation, to the generation that will be from 2025 onwards, when they'll be in their 20s or 30s. It will be like, I would just like to say to millennials, just buckle up that time and just see the fun and the roller coaster that will be going around that time. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then do comment down below and do let me know what generation you belong to, and if you can actually relate to what I have said, and if actually that is something that you also have seen in the generation to generation, then do comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much.